excited for our next guest. She is an Olympic gold medalist, world champion, Hockey Hall of Fame member, twice graduated from Harvard. I mean, so super successful in hockey and an absolute resource in hockey as well. Angela Ruggiero, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Thanks for having me. It's always a pleasure to talk hockey.
Absolutely. So it's exciting what's going on right now with this with Three Ice Hockey and what's going on there with that. And we had Grant Fuhr on last week, so excited to bring you on to talk about it this week too. How did you get involved in this organization to be a coach and be a part of this program?
Yeah, I got contacted by E.J. Johnson sharing the concept with me. I had fell in love actually with 3-on-3 basketball a few years back, and always thought we should do something similar in our sport. And so when he contacted me and said, "Hey, we're thinking about bringing you on. What do you think?" Talked about some of the other coaches that were be coaching alongside, and just the concept in general. I was pretty pumped. I think it's time for hockey to speed up. Obviously, love the 5-on-5 version, but having 3-on-3 is a very different way to think about it, and I think really appealing to the next generation fan. So I signed up to coach.
And Angela, I kind of want to dig in deeper to that, because that's what I'm most excited about this is the newness and the thrill of 3-on-3. I mean, obviously I love hockey. I love the standard 5-on-5 game, but the level of energy is unmatched in a 3-on-3 matchup, and the opportunity to showcase talent in a different way is super exciting. And I know that fans who are already fans of the game are going to have, this moment of kind of falling in love with the game that they already love. But I kind of want to expand on the opportunity of this bringing hockey to a potentially new market of fans. What do you see this doing for that?
Yeah, you said it right. It's just a fast brand of hockey. You're, two quick halves. You're not doing a lot of face-offs. You're not resurfacing. All the usual stoppages of play, and fans have to watch. If you take your eyes off the game, goals will get scored, and before you know it, that game is over. So it allows you to watch several games in a night. And again, the next generation fan at my company, we call them fluid fans. It's all about that action. It's about appealing, especially in the attention economy, and, having a fast-paced game to bring not just new fans, but, existing fans in. So it's, I think, diehard hockey fans will love it, because it's another way to love hockey, to consume hockey, if you will. And new fans might say, "Hey, I never really liked 5-on-5, or I never really played hockey, but I love 3-on-3. I mean, that was certainly the case for me. I loved traditional basketball, but when I saw 3-on-3, I said, wow, this is just fast and dynamic, and it's like rugby sevens compared to the 15s. A lot of these sports have the offshoot, and to your point, it's I think it will be appealing to everyone.
And part of that, too, is how does one coach for 3-on-3 like this? Because it's going to be so fast. There's obviously going to be plenty of odd breaks that are going on there, too. How do you prepare for coaching in this style of game when it's kind of tournament-based? It's professionals out there playing. It's very fast. How do you prepare to coach something like this?
Well, I think you got to draft well. Your team's got to be in great shape. And then you just got to bring the energy. I think part of this is going to be, there's obviously going to be strategy involved, but you're going to have less ability as a coach to actually go in and, put plays together, because this will be, the ultimate flow game. Back and forth. You got 6 players and a goalie, so you can't really pick and choose your players as much. You have to rely on their strength and stamina and skill. So I think the key is just, again, you have the right players, be in great shape, and bring the energy every night. And again, since it's a shortened season relative to a traditional hockey season, you can guarantee that the guys are going to, show up each and every night and, want to win those points, because they, every single game is going to count towards the playoffs.
And this is such a unique thing, too, because it's traveling to other cities, and that's why 3S has encouraged people to go vote for their city to bring it to. And we're seeing a variety of cities. Obviously, Nashville's one of them, but some cities that don't necessarily have an NHL team, they have an AHL team, like Providence, like some other cities as well. So what are some of the cities that you hope that they're able to get to bring this to maybe expose it to more people?
Nashville, come on. I mean,
set you up for that.
There
one.
you go.
I'm not even kidding you. I grew up in Southern California, in a very non-traditional hockey state. We had Wayne Gretzky come out when I was a little girl. I got traded to the Kings, and I started playing the year before, but the growth of hockey just took off when the Kings came, and they were there, but when they really, when Gretzky came, and the state now has 3 professional, NHL hockey teams there. So I would definitely say Nashville because, one, there is hockey, but I think it's a warmer weather. It's a non-traditional market, if you will. And 2, I personally just want to go to Nashville. I would love to spend a weekend there. I mean, you can't deny the culture and the music and the food. So there's a lot of great states, and there's some great cities in Canada as well that are vying for this. But I love going to states that don't that where you can actually grow the game. And and again, Providence, you mentioned, there's a lot of hockey. I live in Boston now. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of hockey there already. So I think it'd be nice to have some blend of the traditional and the new, if you will.
That makes perfect sense. Again, Angela Ruggiero joining us, talking about 3-ice hockey. And so looking at this, too, and kind of segue there, too, with what Wayne Gretzky did for Southern California and growing hockey there, too. And you've obviously been a part of this game and been a part of the women's game, and you have your own company that focuses on sports and innovation as well. And I know this is probably a big loaded question, but for you, in terms of we're seeing so much going on right now with the growth of the game and inclusion and making sure people are well represented as well in sports and especially hockey, that we're seeing the sport that we love. For you, what is the future of our sport that we love? What is the future of hockey? What would you like to see it be?
You just nailed it on the head. Hockey for all. You kind of teed me up there. I think just having the sport open to both genders, obviously having both boys and girls wake up and having their parents sign them up, knowing that they can play in the Olympics, they can play in collegiate hockey and professional hockey one day. I would love to see a real women's professional league. We talk about racial inclusion. I think we're traditionally a very white sport, so having the ability to go and on a grassroots campaign get more kids involved, no matter what they look like, no matter where they're from. Again, cold state, hot state, and globally too. Again, I look at FIFA. I spent 8 years on the International Olympic Committee. I look at, soccer or football, as the rest of the world calls it, or basketball or other sports. I'd love hockey to have that same global appeal. So I think part of that is just, again, we're limited by rink sizes sometimes. You can't, build a rink everywhere. But just, having a more diverse group that gets access to this sport, because it's the absolute best game in the world, on the planet. I'm biased, but if you've ever played it, it's both individual and team, and so having that sport, this beautiful sport that we call hockey, accessible to everyone is definitely a dream of mine.
And Angela, I know you were recently in the conversation for interviewing with the Panthers prior to the hiring of Bill Zito. You've spent some time in the front office with the Islanders in the past, and I know I'm not alone in feeling as though there are an abundance of qualified women to work in this league at an executive level, and yet they're not all put into these roles. You've got player experience, office experience, and coaching experience. You've accomplished so much thus far, so I just kind of want to take a glimpse into your future as far as what the future looks like for you in the game, and what you're looking forward to possibly doing.
Yeah, I think there's so many amazing female Olympians and coaches and women that have been in hockey for decades and are absolute leaders in their own right. And again, I would love to see more women have the same opportunities. We don't blink an eye when men coach women, and I don't know why blink an eye, when women are considered to coach men. If you know the game, no matter what game that is, there's something to be said, I think, about that experience. So now as more women are having experience, at the highest level, the Olympic level, or, collegiate level, I certainly hope there's more opportunities. And as it relates to me, I love what I'm doing now with the Sports Innovation Lab. But, hockey's always in my blood, and we'll see one day. Who knows? I'm just excited to be behind the bench next summer with these guys at 3 Ice, and my goal in front of me is to win that cup and have the first one that no one can ever take away.
Absolutely. Well, Angela, we really appreciate you joining us, and thank you so much for taking the time to speak with us. And hey, we hope to see you in Nashville next summer.
All right. I hope you guys vote. Everyone go out and vote. And if I'm there, you guys have to take me out. Show me some good music while I'm there.
Oh, we got you
We've
covered.
got that and the food. We got you.
We got you covered.
I love it.
Thanks, Angela.
All right, see you guys.
Angela Ruggiero, 4-time Olympian, Olympic gold medalist, 5-time world champion, 2-time Harvard graduate, a CEO and a founder of a sports innovation company with 3 Ice Hockey. She's doing it all.
When you run out of breath like twice listing out those things, that says something.
It's amazing. And
incredible.
I love that we're able to focus on Olympians as well and focus on everything that they've done to represent our country. And so make sure you go vote 3ice.com. She's going to be one of the coaches coaching in this 3-on-3 tournament across North America as well. So you need to vote at 3ice.com. You have the choice of so many cities, and they're only going to 9. Nashville's there, Buffalo, Chicago, Cleveland, Las Vegas, Quebec City. Like she said, there's a mix. London, Ontario, home for plenty of junior hockey, especially there in London. So a good mix of cities and she even said, let's go to a mix of markets where we can really grow the game and ones that are cemented in with hockey as well. So I think that's a great way to look at this too, of how can they grow the game. So 3ice.com, you have 10 more days.
Yep.
10 days and 3 hours.
So go vote. And what a great
Nashville.
Representative for just the sport in general.
Oh, yeah.
She is.
Love it.
I love that she's a part of this.
Especially a Southern California
native
like that.
I know.
Gretzky's
You love
would
to
really,
hear it.
yeah. You love to hear it.
You love to hear it.